Right.
So I'm doing the podcast now, so Hila should be at home for sure. And then when I'm done with the podcast, she can go to the office and I'll be with Theodore.
Yeah, I think that's a great schedule.
Okay. And do you know what it's like being with a 1.5-year-old?
Of course not, because I don't have a parent.
Right.
It's a little insensitive because I'm infertile, and it's a really issue that I struggle with.
Well, I ask is because you realize that you can't do any work when you're with.
That, you're saying, do you have kids? Throwing it in my face that I don't. So.
No, that's not what I was doing.
It's exactly what you were doing because you know I don't have kids.
No,
so
my point was that you're assuming that it's so easy for me to be with a 1.5-year-old, not knowing how insane and like nonstop it is that I wouldn't be able to do anything else with the rest of the day when I have work to do. I have to work. I'm an adult. I have a job like most adults do. And what happens if you're two parents and you have to go like,
Where's your mom and dad don't want to watch Theodore? They don't want to have.
They're here on Sundays.
With him. I know my mom would be like, oh, let me, like,
That's your mom.
Right. So I'm just giving you my perspective. You asked for my help.
So you're criticizing my mom.
You said I giving you my perspective.
No, I want your perspective.
Okay, that's all I said.
Well, I do wish you guys have a kid, and I'm sure it'll be great. And I hope that you quit doing everything you do in life just to be with that kid 24/7.
Because I work for myself, and you know what? That's when you find someone.
And I hope Moses quits every single thing he does to be with the kid every single moment when you are.
That's totally fine if he wants to. If he doesn't want to, whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, like everybody does with kids.
Yeah.
They quit everything they do.
When you have a kid, you should try and be with it as much as possible, not
be with it.
Strangers.
Abby's not a stranger.
She's not your family.
Dan's not. I mean, Dan's not family, but I trust him.
Okay.
The pizza's here.
Wow.
Should we keep doing beauty products?
Whatever you want.
All right, let's do it. What triggered you again? What were we talking about?
Hila being too good for me to talk about on this podcast. Don't even fucking mention her. And she's a fucking queen. Like, don't even fucking mention me on the podcast.
Right, that's why.
Even though I'm a literal podcaster.
Right, that's why.
Cool. And you can talk about
oil. You want to do the oil?
Sure.
The pizza's here, everybody. Woo! The pizza's here. We had a full meltdown while you were gone.
Expect another text from your sister.
Oh, my God.
I'm not coming back to the house. I'm not.
No.
Moses said, what happened? You know, this is the literal meme where you walk in with the pizza and the room's on fire. This is the literal meme where you come back with the pizza. Oh, my God.
I just left to get pizza.
This is literally... She's really upset because she was saying how Hila doesn't like her.
Hila says, don't talk about me on the podcast. All I said was you should have the guest. He's like, we can't mention Hila. She doesn't want me to talk about, she's too good for a fucking podcast. Even though we were talked about, they never once consulted me at the beginning of the spring. She has a fucking podcast. I brought life to the fucking H3 channel, but Hila's too fucking good to even mention her name. I said nothing bad. I said like, we should have her as a guest or whatever like that. Don't even mention Hila. She doesn't want to be talked about. Fucking
Okay.
I literally don't care. Literally, I don't want to come back because I really fucking hate her.
So she always making comments about the family and how
I wasn't. That wasn't it. I said, Hila should be a guest on the podcast, and you're like, don't fucking mention Hila. She doesn't want to talk about. A fucking queen. You guys can talk about my shit all the time, but her, don't fucking mention her name. Dumb fucking bitch.
Okay.
I think we should just end it, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
She's such a fucking bitch.
She's not.
And you are too. And you're a fucking cuck.
You
have no fucking backbone.
All right, you should leave. We'll talk later. Yeah, you should get out.
I am going, but I'm not talking later. Fucking bitch, you too. I don't care. Fucking dump me. I couldn't care less. Your family's
It's not about dumping. I don't know what happened. You better just. Well, if just so you know what happened. She was talking about like how you're like, my mom's not, she says like your brother hates you and your mom's not, like she says this stuff in passing and it really upsets Hila. So she started saying this stuff and I said, Hila asked that we don't talk about this stuff anymore. So that's it. That's all that happened. No, I know. Okay. But I'm just telling you so you know the situation you're dealing with. All right.